Our guy Coop, who had to step out a little early today, had a great point.
Yeah.
And Billy brought this to me this morning, and he goes, hey, Coop mentioned this. And it was like, oh, that's pretty good.
No, I would say Coop is like basically took the Silestone and figured it out. Like he broke the code.
The what?
The Silestone. It's from Da Vinci Code.
Oh, okay. I have no idea.
It's a whole metrics way. Anyway, it's a whole who done it thing.
It's like a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, but ancient times. Exactly.
An ancient time Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
They created it first. I will say this, like I've turned now. Based on this is the greatest piece of evidence that anyone has ever come up with for why Bill will not be the Patriots head coach next year. To me, this is the one single clue that you need to look at and as proof that he won't be here next year. It's mind-blowing that Beekeeper Coop, I figured it out.
The Patriots could be on Hard Knocks next year, but only if Bill Belichick stays around for one more season. Let me repeat that so we can let it sort of digest in the old brain a little bit. The Patriots could be on Hard Knocks next year, but only if Bill Belichick stays around for one more season. So we did a little digging on this. In order to be featured on Hard Knocks, you need to meet these 3 requirements. Have not made it to the playoffs in back-to-back seasons. Check. Have not been on the show in the past decade. Check. We're 2 for 2.
Never been on the show.
Have a head coach in at least their second season on the job.
Got that one.
So if you're a first-year head coach, you are not going to be eligible to go on Hard Knocks. But if Bill Belichick is around, that's the 3rd check. And I am sure, and I don't know, you can dispute if you would like, but I'm sure the networks, the NFL, maybe even the Crafts would love to have Hard Knocks chronicle them during the preseason. And the one person who wouldn't would be Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can go oppo on this Foyer before you completely change your mind on Bill not being here next year. Would Robert Kraft ever in part keep Bill Belichick for the final year of his deal to shove him on Hard Knocks?
Yeah, because he has, and that's what the NFL will do. The NFL will, there's 3 teams that are always an option. Remember, it was the Jets that were openly saying, hey, listen, we're not doing it.
We don't want to do it.
And the league said, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You got Aaron Rodgers. You have you meet all the criteria, and you're the biggest storyline going into the 2023 NFL football season. So, of course, we're going to use you. And it was great. I thought it was excellent. And they eventually bought into it. So, Kraft keeping Bill just for that, I say no.
Not just for that, but it is imagine okay, you know what? We'll leave it for one more year, but oh, by the way, we're going to do Hard Knocks.
Yeah, so Bill has always pushed against this. The team has never been an option because they're always winning. They're always going late into the postseason. He's never been an option. Now he is. He doesn't want them inside. But therefore I say, well, God, he's going to be like, well, I forgot about this. I'm out. But I would add, and I would plead with him if I was Kraft, what a great way to end your tenure here. As this is our own version of The Last Dance. This is our version of The Last Dance. We're gonna dress you up. We're gonna let the people see you, because the perception is horrible. It's terrible on you right now, and we're gonna change the minds of everybody. You're not gonna do you're not gonna do the lame stuff that John Gruden did. Knock on wood if you're with me. You're not gonna do the whole thing like Saleh did. How did he end his? All gas, no break.
That's
all
right.
Gas, no break.
All ass, no break.
That's right. So you're not going to have any of that silliness because that's what losers do. You're a winner, Bill. See, I'm already selling him on it.
Well, here's the other thing, too. If Robert Kraft really wants to lean into it, now, again, with Bill, there'd be no choice. It's like, would you like to keep this gig for one more year and try to fix it? Well, by the way, we're now eligible for this and we're going to do it and all that kind of stuff. I think if it's going to be a giant glass of cough syrup for Bill Belichick to swallow, I think the way to appease him or try to is you're coming towards the end. Your legacy clearly matters to you. What better way to add to your legacy than actually opening up the doors and letting people kind of see how some of it works?
Humanizing you.
Remember
right?
the book with David Halberstam?
No.
Bill Belichick, if you Google Bill Belichick book, right? There's the Ian O'Connor one.
Yeah, that's the one I remember.
All right, and then there was the one by hang on here, David Halberstam, who has since passed away. The Education of a Coach. There were a lot of people who thought that book by David Halberstam was kind of Belichick's memoir, I guess you would say, or it's the fill in some gaps and stuff like that in terms of what we may or may not know. This is Bill. It's first person. The cameras are in there. He did the whole football life thing. He's got this book with Halberstam. What a way to kind of cap it or put a cherry on top of that is to open the doors and let them in, Bill. And, oh, by the way, you can always leave if you want. We can work out, and I won't give you that $25 million check when you leave. You can go somewhere else if you'd like to, but I honestly think this is really the only time for the Patriots to be on Hard Knocks to where people would really want to pay attention. Because think about it. If Bill leaves and, say, Mayo takes over, you're not in there for Mayo year one. You go in for year two.
They may make the playoffs.
No, but, well, there is that.
And then you're not on the list.
But if you don't, then it becomes, we're really going to take a peek into year two of the Gerard Mayo Patriots?
Out of all the things people want to get like an inside look on, like it is. Now the team gets final say. They get final cut or something like that when it comes to what they show.
I think they are able to ask for certain things to not be put in there.
The Jets were like, you're going to show us telling people they made the team as opposed to showing us cutting people.
There you go. So there is a little bit of that, but overall, it's not like they can leave chunks out of it. You know?
Yeah. So I would wish it would happen because I think that would just be, that's like the whole Patriot porn everybody used to talk about. Anytime Bill was mic'd up or Kraft or like Brady was mic'd up, it was whoa.
It was yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. Do it again. Yeah, I think it'd be great. He ain't gonna do it. But then I sit there and I go, God, is there a softer side of him that says, you know what, the people, because I feel like he's also a historian. So I do think there's an aspect of him where he's like, people need to see this. Like before I'm buried under 30 years of sand and there's somebody comes and digs up my remains and they go, oh, he looked like he was a vegan. He was a meat eater. Oh, we chopped up his bones when we looked at the marrow.
Do you think there's any chance Steve Belichick says, hey, Dad, you need to do this?
I don't know. I wonder who is, honest question.
Who would be the one that would pull him aside and say that?
Well, who's his support group? Who's his his guys that he leans on? Like, who does he ask for advice? Like, he's such a high level guy? Is it Bill O'Brien? Is it Bears? Like, is it Matt?
Maybe that's the house he was walking out of. He was getting advice.
It's not.
Right, you lost a game of strip poker, you left.
That's right.
You lost a game of strip poker, you got angry and left.
Yeah, so
you learned a lesson that he'll put into the 2024 team.
No, so you're saying walk out with the shirt off. Why? Oh, okay. Well, if you're sure, I'll do it. I'll trust you.
No, I think it was a trick. Let's both walk out with our shirts off.
You go first and they slam the door.
Yeah, exactly.